Hello and welcome to the STCfit Learning Podcast. I'll be your host today. My name is Jason Galea and I'll be joined by Ben Scott. Thanks for joining us on our way to creating 1 million positive outcomes in personal training by 2030. The podcast is brought to you by STCfit Learning's Coaches Collective, a premium business mentoring service for PTs who want to attract the clients they want, earn a higher income, and have a long, sustainable fitness career. If you enjoy the episode, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcasting platform. A 5-star review goes a long way to helping us reach more people just like you. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Because he was like, this mattress is $9,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we're never coming here. We're never coming to this part of the shop, unfortunately. Yeah. So yeah, and then like lay on a few of them, what do you like, soft, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, yeah, so I could probably do this one for about $2,600. And I was like, ah.
Yeah, when you said how much is the mattress, I thought $3,000.
Yeah. Look, it's fine because you sleep on it every day.
Yeah.
But I still was like, fuck, in my head.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. When you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
And when you have in your mind that it's going to be $1,500.
And then it was like, do you have a doona cover? Or do you have a doona? No. Okay. So Super King doona cover so that it hangs over.
Yep.
So that was $300, which was pretty good. And then had to get the best mattress protector because I wet the bed during the night.
Yeah,
so.
And you can't fuck the $3,000 mattress.
Yeah, because it avoids the warranty.
You have to buy the $200.
Yeah. So I got a waterproof one for those nights when I have too many protein shakes.
Yeah.
Or
meat sweats, more likely.
Yeah, no, it's more like every now and then, like Mav and Cleo just decide to pee on the bed.
Yeah.
I don't know if your dog's ever done that. Yeah. So Cleo did it one time, like 10 o'clock at night. Like we're literally just about to, and she was just, I don't know, just like, fuck you.
I don't know if I've told Indy's wee story on the podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Care to tell?
We went through a series of, I reckon it was over like 3, maybe 4 years, where just intermittently she'd just piss herself. Like when she was asleep, she got too comfortable.
I know. Yeah, I know the story.
So we're like, what the fuck? So take her to the vet. They're like, we'll do bloods. We'll see what's going on. Take these estrogen tablets. See if that helps. And like I took the tablets home, and she like hadn't done it for a week. So I was like, well,
yeah, I'm
not gonna give you hormonal treatment. It's like you don't need it. And in my head, I'm like, for a human, that seems really fucked up. To like,
just hypothetically,
here's some drugs, like
it
that
could
fuck
be this.
with your hormones. Yeah, like
yeah.
I don't want you to change as my dog, So it went on for ages and ages, and you'd be sitting on the couch, and she'd be like pressed up against your leg, and you'd be like, "Fuck, she feels really warm." Ugh. Oh man! And then same, like wake up in the middle of the night, she's at the bottom of the bed. Bed's not warm; it's now cold.
Ugh.
So yeah, it was a fucking nightmare. So then we'll troubleshooting it, and then one night I went out with her, and I think I just went out the back to do something as she went out to go to the toilet, and I watched her walk to the edge of the undercover area, put her foot on the cold, wet concrete, bring her foot back, and just turn around and go back inside.
Yeah.
So all the nights that she'd been going out to pee and it was cold, she was like, I'm not going on the grass.
Just piss myself instead.
So I'll just hold it. It's fine. And then obviously once she falls asleep, she cannot hold it anymore.
Yeah.
So she was, we nearly got hormonal treatment for
someone who just didn't want to go.
Fucking princess.
Yeah. Just was holding it. Yeah.
So then, we had to go through a stage of actually like watching her, like go out with her every night and watch her pee.
That's nice.
Hilarious. So you ended up with a good bed.
Independent Spring. It's got like,
so you can jump.
There's
all
these
body slam one side.
So now I know things about mattresses now. I'm an expert. So there's ratios within the mattress. Mm-hmm. So this one was like 30, 30, 30 or whatever, 33, 33, 30, whatever. And it's like, so it's soft at the bottom, stiff in the middle, and then soft up the top.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, so if you like this one, come over here. And then it was like 15, 15, 15. So each 15% was soft, hard.
Yeah, okay.
But I couldn't really tell the difference. And then for $500 more,
the
Maltese was kicking in, and I was like, nah, bro.
You're sending it too far, bro.
And I knew we had to go to the Good Guys to get a washer and dryer.
Yeah.
So I'm like...
It's a big day.
Yeah. Should have seen the smile on Steph's face. Fucking perking her step. Like, just bouncing out the door like, oh yeah. So yeah, we ended up with it's like I can move and Steph doesn't know, and medium softness. Don't like it too soft.
Yeah, I think we got hard in the end.
Yeah, mine's hard where the hips are.
Yeah,
but soft up where the shoulders, so I can sink in.
We actually thought we'd made a mistake for the first 2 weeks when we got ours.
Yeah,
it was like, fuck, this is too hard.
I think you send it back, right? I got 30 days.
Yeah,
I got 30. Yeah. I reckon that stuff's like bullshit though. Like, how many people would send it back?
No, we did with Amy's parents actually.
Oh, well, there you go.
Because we got 2 mattresses at the same time.
Totally wrecking my whole argument.
Yeah, so maybe it's just like
cut that bit out, Tam.
Yeah. I don't think Amy's parents will ever listen to this, but maybe it's just like that age group are willing to go through the drama of sending it back.
Yeah, well, that's because there was all these ones on the internet. People were like, oh, you got to get this. It's called an Emma or something. So everyone's going to get targeted now. Sorry. Or you got to get koala bed or blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to go through the chance.
Isn't the koala bed the one in the box?
Yeah. So I just don't want to go through the chance of not liking it and then being without a bed, like a mattress. Anything
that's that much cheaper, I'm not in.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I kind of get it. It's like, don't have to pay for a shop front. It's all in the warehouse. It could be in someone's storage block and storage
So
king.
Knowing what you know about mattresses now, having spent an hour and a half probably trying that.
Laid on it for 10 minutes.
Do you think that mattress could fit in a box?
Yeah, well, I don't like the idea of it being mashed up and shit.
Yeah. It's like whatever's in it that's in these premium ones, it's not in there.
Yeah. And I don't think it's good for, like, if you're kind of big and heavy and move around a lot. Like, I move around a lot in my sleep and shit. So
Did you have the independent zoning on your last bed?
Yeah.
Game changer.
Have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I move too much in my sleep. So roll over left, right. Yeah. So yeah, it's sometimes like if I need Steph to move and I try and move real quick to try and wake her up, and then I realise like
it doesn't
feel it. It's like, you fucking idiot.
So you just
push her just like little tap of the leg. Yeah. And if it doesn't work and there's a bigger tap.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was Mav.
Mav, get off the bed.
So then I went into. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the JB Hi-Fi. I'm just gonna have a look.
Yep. Good luck.
Well, it was the second. It was the second time I went into JB. So if you're going in the second time, you're coming out with something usually.
Well, yeah. Do you do that? Is that a male thing? Because I do that all the time too.
Yeah. So first time's a look to see what you're in for. It's like that first exposure to price and product. So then if you go back, it's like, I'm going to buy something, especially if price and product match up.
Yep.
Yeah. So then this dude's like, if the guy didn't talk to me, I wouldn't have bought nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's like, hey man.
Well done, Mr. Salesman.
Yeah, definitely. Really nice guy too, of course. I love how everyone says that. It's like you're spending $3,000 on a TV.
That's
like
his job.
He's not going to be an asshole to you, yeah. He's like, I've got the TV for you. And then it took me over and was like,
did a needs analysis, did he?
Telling me all this stuff I have no idea about. And then all he said,
your core 3 problems.
All he said was, you can watch sport and the picture's going to be better than every other TV here. And I was like, sweet,
give me it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
For the guy that watches like sport once,
you watch
Formula One, soccer, yeah.
Formula One's actually bad for it with the direction change stuff.
Well, I've got 200 hertz.
Can be
Apparently my 200 hertz television should take care of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted the apps in the TV.
Yeah, that's
because I have it. I missed the boat just before that.
If anyone has any recommendations for cheap ones that doesn't need to be 200 hertz, that just has all the apps. I mean,
well, he was saying because I bought an 85-inch TV.
Oof.
I know, but the wall's real big.
Big house, right?
Yeah. It wasn't like I need it and it's gonna be too big.
I think 85-inch would take up, like, where my TV is. I think it would take up the whole thing.
Yeah, probably.
I'd have to sit at the kitchen table to watch it.
Definitely. Yeah, we have like 5 meters from the wall to the couch.
Yeah, isn't it like twice the height of the TV minimum?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I was walking out with 85 inches, like regardless of the distance, but I know that that room's quite big.
Yeah.
But he was saying that up to 65 inches, the TVs are all the same price. Like they're really cheap.
Yeah.
And then he said once you go up to 70, 75, 80 plus, he said they just charge whatever they want.
Yeah, we only need a 65 for that room.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I fucked up. So we had our business Telstra points come through. So I was like, I'll get a soundbar. But now I need a new TV.
Was there
So
TVs on there?
No,
Oh.
that's the problem.
Oh.
So I had a wired in surround sound, like 5.1 or whatever it is, surround sound system. So I've taken that out, listed it on Marketplace with the intent that we've got a few little bits and pieces like that to sell to then go buy a new TV, because the sound bar looks weird with the old TV because it's got like a hard base on it, doesn't have legs. So the TV is like pushed back and the sound is not a good look.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might get a slim and mount it on the wall.
Yeah, that's a good look.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I went and bought a washer and a dryer, but that I knew I was going to do that. You know how expensive they are, bro?
Yeah. I did that 18 months
Got an some induction blah, blah, blah dryer so that
me too.
it doesn't have the mold and the dew.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was fun. So then, yeah, like it was like midday and Steph was like, what do you want to do now? What do you want to do now? And I'm like, we're going home.
Yes.
It's like every minute we're out, it's costing me money.
We're going home and we're using our coffee machine.
Yeah. And then I went,
no lattes on the way home.
Then I went and played around the golf.
How'd you hit him on Sunday?
Horrible. Oh, no, sorry. So I don't know if you play by yourself, but I throw 2 balls out. I just play best ball.
Yeah.
So playing best ball was okay because I didn't hit it too bad every second time. So as long as there was one good tee shot, it was all right. But it was windy and it wasn't great.
So we have to publicly throw you under the bus from Friday. So we had our golf session teed up.
Oh yeah,
with a mate of ours. Last minute cancellation from Jason.
Hot dog juice.
Had cool people to go play with apparently.
Look,
I would have taken the cart too, to be honest.
You know what? We got 18 holes in.
Yeah.
And I felt
fresh.
Hips were great, knees were good, feet were great.
So because Jason had last minute changed groups, to be fair, it would have made 5. It would have been awkward.
There was no commitment.
There was no solution.
There was no 100% commitment on the Friday golf.
You're always sketchy on a Friday.
Yeah, and then once Nick was like, I booked the carts, I was like, it's booked.
Yeah, and you're playing 18.
Yeah.
I get it.
But it was hilarious.
So yeah, the chat was that we would pass each other. I thought we'd meet on probably the back hole.
Yeah.
Like the 15th, which is matched with maybe the 5th, I think. They go across each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was looking for you. And then we got to the 18th and we had just teed off and we're walking. And you said in the chat, like, if you hear someone yell 4, it's probably me.
Yeah.
Walking along, just 4. I look over, pretty Jack's dude. Pretty sure Jace has a jacket that color. Message. Was that you? Hilarious. What are the chances?
Well, so to set the record straight, I was saying 4 for someone else. It wasn't my shot.
Oh, I see.
I piped it on that 4th par 5 straight down the guts.
There you go.
For once.
Yeah, fuck that hole.
Yeah. One. I think I had like 2 good drives at 18. It's horrible. I say, it's funny, I was like, I need to get lessons. And then my mate's like, I say I need to get lessons more than I like golf. And I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because I never go and get lessons.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we got to get prepared. A little scoop. We are a couple of weeks now? 2 weeks?
Oh, is that a couple of weeks? Oh, I'm going to get lessons.
December 2nd. We'll have...
Are we filming that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get a lesson Friday. I'm not playing golf.
But you don't want to go backwards.
Nah, it'll be fine.
You don't want to go backwards.
It'll be fine.
So
it's more just the driver.
We're going to play golf with Jamie Smith from Melbourne Strength Culture.
We're going to attempt to play golf.
Yeah, and then we're going to record a podcast. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be our first crack at like a thing recording, which we're going to do a lot of moving forwards, but it'll be our first one. So no pressure, Tam, but get it right.
It's done a good job so far.
Yeah.
It's delivered.
Yeah.
That's why it's still here.
That'll be interesting.
I'm still going to go get a lesson.
Yeah, I just accept I'm going to be the worst one. I don't care. Yeah.
The gap's not very big, man.
Yeah. I'm playing with my mates from Shep on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So we're up there on the weekend. And I said to my mate, like, just aiming for 2 over. And he's like, same. I'm like, yeah, you're aiming for 2 over 9. I'm aiming for 2 over
per hole. Yeah.
That's a very different equation.
Plus 18.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be interesting.
Or plus 36 if you're playing 18.
Yeah. Hopefully it's only 9. Might be a long day. And the boys will probably walk too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or fitness and shit.
No, not about fitness.
All right. So should we talk about the thing?
We can.
Stop being just a session trainer.
It's a tough one. I was a session trainer for a really long time.
Yeah, so I think off the back of the last episode where we talked about taking holidays, and then we'll do a specific episode on it, but this will overlap a lot. There's a lot of carryover that PTs, the most common thing we hear from PTs is like, how do I get leads? How do I just get leads? And it's like this. It's like, what button do I push, or who do I pay to make? And I've been
if it was that easy, like we wouldn't be doing any of this because we'd just be getting the leads.
Yeah, we'd just be training people. Too busy.
We just never would have thought about expanding.
Yeah,
it's just so easy to get leads.
Yeah. So, so unfortunately, there's no button you can push, and there's no as much as the 6-figure business coaches who've never actually run businesses will promote to you that their ClickFunnels system will guarantee you X amount of quality leads, blah, blah, blah. To our knowledge, it doesn't exist. So the best way to have people start coming to you is to have a service that goes beyond trading time for money with sessions.
Yeah.
Because you need to be... I just would go with the directness of be better than everyone else in your gym.
Yep.
Then that should be your goal. I don't think in the past I've like tread with like, oh, just try and be in the top like few. No, fuck that. Just be the best.
Yep.
And we released a clip last night of Max saying like, the best is subjective. The only is clear.
Yeah.
So if you're the only one in your gym that offers a particular level of service, you win.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. So the goal for this podcast is to unpack what we think 99% of the time will do that for you in your gym.
Yep.
So you said you were a session-only trainer for a long time. When did we start doing resources and going beyond sessions?
Oh.
Was it with the muscle camp stuff?
Well, when we made the website, like we had to make all the stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it was like kind of at the same time as that. And
yeah, because the muscle camp was basically a beta test of the website.
Yeah, so it was kind of like just before the website kind of launched. And yeah, we were doing the weekly catch-ups with the topic of the week and stuff. So I think it was
so just to, I guess, explain that. So
actually, I was doing stuff. I actually had resource and stuff from when I first started.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, so I like made a book. So I had one of those, those things that like puts the holes in the sides of the A4 sheet and it puts like a spine on it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I went out and bought one of those.
Flash.
So I had a book and I made it on the internet.
That's the degree talking right there.
Yeah, and it had like, your intro and this is how everything works and this is what you should focus on your food. And every single person got one of those when they first came in.
Yeah, it's sick.
And then even to the point where when everyone got a program, because like we didn't have digital programs back then, I would have my front cover with my business logo on it.
Yep.
And then you'd open it up and it'd have like the description of the program and then the program.
Yeah.
And then it had like so then people would be getting around the gym with these books and they'd see the front and so.
Fuck, isn't it crazy that you were doing that 11 years ago and people aren't doing it now?
Yeah, it's nuts. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Giving those programs to those clients in fear that they would leave me.
Yeah. I remember I had a big folder, like with plastic pockets in it.
Yeah.
With all my clients' programs in that so they could come in and take it out and use it.
Yeah, in
so
the
they
thing?
didn't take it home.
In the drawer?
Mine wasn't in the drawer because I had a folder that just sat on the shelf and no one fucked with me about it.
No one messed with you about it. Yeah, cool. Things weren't allowed to be on that bench.
Nah. But I had always fought the FD for everyone else, so I kind of had a bit of free reign.
Them as the martyr.
Yeah.
You had free reign because they didn't want to fucking listen to you again.
Yeah, exactly. Push me, see what happens.
It's like, oh, fucking hell, it's Ben again.
What happens when Ben has a boss? So yeah, I think that was the start for me, and I hate to admit it, but I will. I used to have, I think it was from Shannon Ponton's book, like a diet guide that was like, select from these snacks, select from these main meals, and eat that. Problem was, it was like 1,200 calories for women, 1,800 calories for men, which I didn't know about energy balance at the time. So
it's okay.
Bear with me. I did the best I could with what I had.
Don't go over that in the set 3 and 4.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And to be fair, I got good results anyway. So
Just gave everyone disordered eating along the way.
they're all fucked now, but so yeah, that was probably my starting point. So similar to you, I was always thinking like there's more to this. There's more to what we're doing. And then obviously, went into the website, which for those of you who haven't heard the story before, basically we spent $50,000 on a website that we thought was going to beat Michelle Bridges and did not.
It's going to be the ticket to the yacht, the super yacht.
It was not, but it did gave us the ability to build a 300 session a week team.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. So when we introduced that, we were like, well, we need to make sure that these programs work. We need to make sure that these nutrition approaches work for people. And then we were in a place at that time where we were into education. We liked it. We wanted to be able to pass on knowledge to clients and teach, I guess, a little bit, like start getting into that realm. So the easiest place to do that was with current clients and bring in new people. And we ran, which we tell the guys in Standout PT all the time, and they just seem to like, I don't understand. Basically, bodybuilding boot camps.
Yeah.
Is the best way to explain it.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So 8 to 12 people in a class.
Yep.
Class with bunny ears.
Yeah.
Paired up, go out, pick an exercise, I go, you go, work through a program once a week, rotate the session each week. I think we ran it for 12 weeks.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah. It got some wicked results, hey?
Yeah. It's good as.
So we would run it at the first, I think half an hour maybe, or 15 minutes.
Yeah, we went over a topic or
was
something.
Like
right?
the
half of it was factually incorrect now.
Well, that we argued with people about.
You have to have it. You have to have your amino acids before you work out.
And separate carbs and fats.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Charles. We still love you. So like that was our introduction to it, and they got a handout, and then that accumulated to a booklet by the end, and we were like, okay, we're starting to kind of put the pieces together now. So then after that, we started to move to Google Drive. Was I think the next step for us.
We did PDFs with hyperlinks.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Which is still pretty clean in my opinion.
Yeah, I know you're still a big proponent of that, and I am too. I think
it's clean if you've got the design skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the PDF has to look nice. But you can outsource
with
that.
Canva now. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, you can outsource it for nothing
guys,
as well.
If I can make slides look okay.
Fucking hell.
And I can make infographics.
Everyone, like, I'm begging you, please come to the next Bigger, Faster, Stronger intensive.
I'm going to redo them for the next one.
No. You're not allowed to. They're set in stone. Please come just for the fucking lols of Ben's slides, comparatively to everyone else's. Please.
No one else has a worksheet.
The content is actually really good as well, okay? But just come for the lols.
No one else has a worksheet, though. So. Which was also a Canva template that just changed the colours.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey guys, hope you are enjoying this week's episode. If you are, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to head to the website where we have all our free resources, gifts, products, services, and merch for you guys to enjoy. All right, let's head back to the episode.
So I think if you're starting out when we've gone probably too far ahead in the conversation too early, if you're currently just doing sessions with people, step number 1 is make sure they have a program. So you gave the little stab there, like, if I give them a program, they'll leave. Like, I don't know. We've been doing it 11 years and no one's left because they had a program yet. Yeah.
It's your absolute number 1 duty as a PT to provide a program.
Maybe like 20% of people do the sneaky and like give their notice once they get the new program.
Yeah.
But if you listen to last week, you have 2 weeks notice in your contract anyway, so you're all good.
Yeah. Even then it's...
But send them on their way and they're happy anyway.
Yeah, you got to orchestrate everything so that the likelihood of them achieving their goals is the number 1 lens that you're looking.
Is that
through.
what it's supposed to do? Get client results.
Look, some people create dependence and don't get any outcomes.
Yeah,
and then 100%. Some people create autonomy and get really good ones, and people stay because they're happy with the outcomes that they get. So the program thing's never sat well with me.
So we always get asked about the apps.
Yeah.
Nothing against them.
No, totally fine.
The only reason we don't use them is because we like to track some variables that aren't in there, and we haven't found one that ticks all the boxes.
Yeah, it's just we coach people a specific way, and then I think as well because we have a spectrum of clients within the business.
Yeah.
So you can't drag and drop and pull in and out.
Yeah.
Like things that fit one individual and don't fit another for even just how you check in and stuff. So it's just better with the system we have at the moment. Yeah. To do that.
But I've seen some really good ones.
100%.
Shout out to Tom. What is he at the Strength Nerd Tom? I think on Instagram.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know what the app's called. But
Strength Book. I think.
Is it? Yeah.
Strength Book.
I've seen some screenshots of that, and it looks fucking.
Looks pretty cool. Yeah. There's going to be some good ones coming out.
Yeah.
Providing if the app's made by a coach.
Yeah.
It should be good.
Not a tech person.
Yeah. Because even when I did the scoping sessions with some of the freelancers and they're like, "I'll have a look at this fitness app I made." I'm like, "Oh man, this is just like exercise library."
Yeah.
It's not a coaching app.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fitness app, not a coaching app.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was like this isn't, and then just even trying to explain it.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest part, if you are going to go down the app road, is listen to the rest of what we're going to talk about today and make sure that you can mold those things together.
Yeah.
Because if you end up with too much shit in too many different places, it becomes a mess.
Yeah. But you should be able to find one now, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, that one from Tom looks good because there was a lot of... But in saying that, I feel like he had to put a lot of time into it himself.
Yeah.
Like putting his own exercises in there, writing out his own descriptions and all that kind of shit. I think there was a lot of back-end work he had to do. Yeah. Which, being a standout PT grad, I would hope that he had most of anyway.
Yeah.
But I think there was a little bit more input from him to make it, for me to look at it and go, that looks sick, because I would want to do that and have that level of control myself as well. But if not, we use Google Docs or Google Sheets.
Do now. Yeah.
So
there's like heaps of ways. Like some people use Jot Form and have the questionnaire come out every week, and they answer the questions, and if the person's got all their submissions.
I don't know. I obviously haven't tried it, but it feels slow to me. Because I don't like Jot Form, to be honest. But
the only thing I'm not sure what people do there is how they trend the information. Yeah. So they must have all their data somewhere else, and then that must just be their weekly review. Like
we got a spreadsheet that's got data on it, and then our check-in sheet that we use for just questions is on the form.
Or I think that the coaching platform, whatever it is, like Trainerize, whatever, they don't have the ability to have that questionnaire. So that's where they have both of them, which is kind of disappointing. It's like if you're getting a coaching app, you kind of want it all
in one place,
inclusive.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
Yeah.
In terms of also, by the way, www.stcfitlearning.com/resources for a free programming template.
Oh yeah.
Which has everything on there.
If you're not a spreadsheet whiz, outsource it.
Yeah.
Or download our program template and change your colors and put your business logo on it.
Because we bunny is spent a really long time developing it, and my input was, hey, it'd be cool if it did this.
That one's the one on the website's not the one. It's not the one.
It's good. It's fine.
No, because the one is so temperamental that I don't want to give it to anyone. No, I don't want to give it away to somebody, and then they say, "Oh, this thing doesn't work," and it just breaks. It's temperamental, but when it works, it's
it is mint. Yeah. You actually need to know the.
I'm not going to give away
formulas to.
I'm not going to give something away that's going to break. This one's rock solid though, guys, and it's good. It's still good.
Yeah. So go check that out if you're struggling with a programming model at the moment, or you're not happy with your template or whatever.
Yeah. But give people programs.
Yeah. If you're not, it's like you said, it's number one. Your clients can't afford to train with you, or maybe they can, but
who wants to train with someone 5 days a week?
Yeah, really? Even for yourself, fuck that.
Wow.
Yeah. Moving on from the program, so we mentioned we have our data tracker within that as well. So you don't have to track data like you've got a physique prep client. No. But you probably should track some stuff. Yeah. So my little folder used to have their measurements even back then. I reckon they had maybe 12 I don't know how many weeks across the board.
Yeah.
So again, you could see the trend in the data. It was handwritten, and we got the tape out in the gym and did all that.
Mine was first week of every month.
Yeah, I think I did mine monthly, and I had 12.
Measurement week.
Yeah.
So we just did that for the first 10 minutes of the session.
Yeah.
And they knew that, and that was part of the session.
Yeah, and they were fine with it.
Yeah. Well, seeing your results is like kind of important.
Yeah.
So,
I think nowadays you could probably just like get clients to do it. Now that we're in this online environment, most people do their own measurements.
You can tell after 3 measurements whether they're good or not.
Yeah, because
it's like, hang on a minute. How did you gain and lose 11 centimeters in 3 weeks?
Yeah. So yeah, we do measurements, we trend body weight and collect an average. We also obviously do nutrition as well, so macro averages for the week. Resting heart rate I like.
Yeah.
Which is an update for our newer one.
Yeah, it's easy with the smartwatch, and there's apps, so it's super easy. Just put your finger on the light or the lens of the camera, and it just takes the resting heart rate. So
yeah, well, I think the smartwatch just does it.
Smartwatches do, but if you don't have one, the apps are just
so
like it's decent enough. Like do it on the same app, same time of the day.
Close enough.
Like it's good for.
It's a trend of average, not a number that's important anyway, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Because you can notice it spike and drop, and 100%. Depending on where they're at. So correlates to what I think is the most important part, which is like the
HRV.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Pull back on the RIR. The more subjective markers like stress, energy, mood, digestion, willingness to train. Those things, like I think even for the genist of popist client, that is really valuable.
Yeah.
Because it paints a picture, and also like a lot of these people that if you are working with that sort of demographic, like you're trying to improve their lifestyle, and that's where they're going to see that improvement. It's like it starts red and then it ends up green. It's like that's sick.
I think most of the time the KPIs are better anyway. Look, going in on the KPIs.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, why didn't you have that willingness to train? Why don't you feel energized?
Yeah.
Or like, let's investigate why.
Yeah.
And then most of the time it's making those changes, and then everything else has like a positive kind of downflow effect. So
so that would be the next one, tracking some form of data. Now,
how often do you reckon?
Probably depends on the person.
Because if I'm a coach and I value my health and fitness in the top 5 priorities, and I train clients that don't, and I expect them to have the same degree of precision as me, what do you think the problem with that is?
Yeah, well, obviously they don't, for one. Yeah. So we get a lot of feedback from trainers that, my clients won't check in. What do I do when they don't check in? It's like, well, do they want to check in? Yeah. Do they care?
Do they need to?
It's like the movement assessment in the WOW session thing. It's like, assess their internal rotation when they squat. Like then lay them down on the floor. Yeah. So talk to them during their session. Yeah. They don't have to write every single thing down. What I would do because we talked about taking holidays last block, and like this whole thing is like being more than just what happens in the session, is getting them to fill out their trackers, at least the KPI stuff, I think, like every week when they come in. Yeah. And then having it there with you and being like, okay, so why was this? Why was this? Why was this? And that's your check-in. Yeah. Because like, does your mum with 2 kids have time / give a fuck enough to sit down and listen to you talk for 10 minutes outside of the gym? It's like, I pay to be with you. Yeah. Why are we doing this? So I think you can do that as part of your session. Yeah, yeah. I actually have a social, it's not a social experiment because there's only one person doing it. But anyway, I have an experiment. So I just signed on a new client face-to-face, which is ridiculous. Yeah. Because it never happens. And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to prove that you can have a check-in process. Yeah. And it can be more internally. So we call it an internal check-in in the mentorship. And all I did was just like, this is the nutrition strategy, the activity markers that we're going to go with, whether it's steps or time, so we can do 30 minutes a day or 7,500 steps or whatever. Then it's just KPIs and body weight 3 times a week. Yep. So it's like, if you can, start of the week, middle of the week, end of the week, same time, for your body weight, and don't even have the weekly review. Yeah. Yep. So then I just open it up and it's like, look at the KPIs, and then I go, okay, cool. How'd the week go last week? How was training?
and with your food, like, are we struggling with the amount of food we're eating, whatever.
Yeah.
The conversation just flows on.
So easy.
And it's like, okay, so what do you think we need to work on this week? Awesome. Is there anything else? And that happens over 30, 40 minutes.
Yep.
And then you can just send them on their way. It's like, that is literally a check-in.
Yeah, I've got exactly the same system I've got one face-to-face client that I see that's not also online, if that makes sense. So I see her twice a week. Everyone else is like online and comes either fortnightly or monthly.
Yeah.
And it's the same. It's like, for her, she's pretty like, she could be an online client. She just likes the face-to-face element. So she's pretty good with it all. So it's still a full check-in that I would have with an online client because she's physique-orientated, going to do the lift-off, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's like, I open it after a warm-ups and I'm like, cool, so why was this red? Why was this good? What are you working on this week? Done. It's like, I haven't opened her spreadsheet on my computer ever.
You'd almost prefer that. If you had like, I don't know, how many clients do I have? Probably like 45.
Yeah, fuck that.
When I was in the gym.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to do 45 check-ins and have 60 sessions to
Especially when it's better.
Yeah.
Like, the biggest limitation with online is like the conversation element.
Yeah.
It's like you get information, you reply. Sometimes there's questions, you get another reply, or sometimes they just don't even answer your questions.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we're still catching up the next week, and it all gets a little bit messy sometimes. So I think having the opportunity to do a face-to-face
go back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got your programs, you're checking in during the session, and then what we were talking about earlier was the resources. So this is where you can start to become elite and stand out a lot, even for clients who don't use it. And that's something that I think is important because people create this stuff and they're like, oh, like it's so amazing and everyone's going to use this. They won't.
Yeah.
But the perception of value and the overall quality of the experience that you're creating, even if the only resource they go watch is like how to track your food properly, common mistakes you'll make, how to use your program, how like even just like we used to do a start here one, like a welcome thing, which just had expectations of the client, expectations of you, the coach. Just that alone sets you apart from everyone else at this point. Because it's like, if I'm unavailable, this is what I'll do. And I think that's one thing that when we talk about contracts, people miss too. I always used to have that if I cancel last minute, you get an extra session.
Yeah.
So then when you cancel last minute, you lose it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm taking on the responsibility.
Yeah, well, you can't. It's not a one-way street,
That's right. So it's having that all written down and they can see it and go, yeah, okay, cool. And then writing down, like, if you're late to the session stops at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah.
But if I'm late, I owe you the time. Like those kind of things. Like,
yeah, of course.
Making it balanced and equal. So just having that initial document is good.
Yeah.
What they get, like your program, we're talking about trackers, nutrition, we'll have these types of discussions during your session. Like being able to communicate what this experience is going to be and have people way more aware, because everyone's got a perception now of what personal training means.
Yeah.
They used to think it means like boot camp stuff. Now maybe they think it's a whiteboard trainer. Maybe they think it's a coach that they had a bad experience with, or every coach is a bodybuilding coach. Like they all have a perception of what it is.
Yeah.
So being able to communicate like, well, this is how I run things is really valuable for both of you.
Yeah, I agree.
So from there, resources that we start to build is like any question that you answer more than once a week should be a resource.
Yep.
So, I'm really struggling to get my protein in. Should be a resource. Like, how do I sleep better? Resource. Like,
how do I know to increase the weight?
Yeah. How much weight should I lift? How much should I?
How should I warm up?
Yeah.
So, et cetera.
Hey, Jace, sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to do bicep curls. What weight should I use? I fucking know. One that's hard enough.
All of it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really valuable. And then from there, you can start obviously building out other stuff in terms of like we did with things that we think they should know.
Yep.
And start building that up. But first, starting with what they want to know.
Yeah.
And problem solving straight away.
Yeah. I was talking to one of the guys who's done the Standout PT program, and he's on holidays at the moment, and can take a holiday and get paid for it. Number one. And then, one of the feedbacks that I got during that conversation was, Like this makes things so much easier because I've educated them to look after themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry when I'm away that they're not doing anything because they know what to do.
Yeah.
They know how to take care of their nutrition. They know how to train when I'm not there. They know how to do everything. And that's because that particular individual, one, has done Standout PT and two, has actually, created a system that encourages autonomy.
Yeah.
Which actually gets better results for your clients and actually is how you run a better business.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes life so much easier for you, the trainer.
Yeah.
And gets better results. So it's it's a no-brainer.
And then if that person's got any questions, most of the time they are in the resources.
Yeah.
So even if your coach is on holidays or they're sick, dare you say it, they have that stuff to go to first. Or if they have a question, the coach can just be like, just refer to this.
Yep.
It's in there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's super valuable. So now we went through Teachable. We had a client course on Teachable.
Yep.
Which started off with the how to use everything and how this whole thing works.
Yep.
And then it moved into resources that they probably need, and then resources that we think, that they want, and then resources that we think they need.
Yeah. So one of the biggest mistakes we made, and I think because we teach PTs as well, is we turned into like a lecture.
Yeah.
Like you turn into like, this is the evolution of program design, you know, and like this is in 1960s, so-and-so came up with this and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
They're not like, mechanics need to know all the moving parts of a car.
Yeah.
The person driving the car doesn't. They just need to know this is how to
go, left
like this is how you turn it on. This is where the water goes. This is where the fuel goes. So it's the same thing with the programs. Like the biggest mistake, the best transition we made was we went from this is all of the stuff in the program. These are all the things you need to know and why.
Yeah.
So it's like this is how it's set out. This is what it's for. Like we didn't go into the explanation from a theoretical perspective so that client goes, okay, cool. I can have a good conversation with my coach. And I know exactly what I need to do and why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause it is a really big pitfall. Like even talking about like sleep, right? Like I can sit there and talk to you about the evolution of like how, beings and animals and how they slept and how there's night owls and day people and, rah, rah, rah. And it's like a day and night cycle and how they're independent and, it's reinforced by daylight and you've got all these, physiological mechanisms that govern that shit. Your clients just want to know how much sleep do I need?
And how do I do it better?
And how can I improve that?
Yeah.
And again, I've been caught up in it because you learn, and
we all have.
But it's like when you've got all these resources and you want those clients to use those resources, they have to pack the punch.
Yeah.
They've got to be, this is what it is. This is how we do it. And this is why. And then done.
Yeah.
Because it's, a big mistake we've made in the past.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Over complicating stuff is probably, at least for us, I assume it'd be anyone who's listening to this is probably similar, like mentality.
Yeah, they're smart, they're educated, they're driven, and they're passionate.
So they want to give as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
But sometimes more means more direct.
It's like the last time we sat down with the marketing team and they just went, "You talk too much shit."
Yeah.
Just fucking say what it is.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, speaking my language. But it's the same.
Yeah.
But it's like when you get a passionate coach who wants to educate, it's like there's just a bit of stuff in there. You just got to pull it out.
Yeah.
It's like, do they really need to know that? Probably not.
Yeah. And then that frees you up for other stuff too. Like if you do want to run complex workshops and stuff like that for clients who do 100%. Want to nerd out, you can.
Yeah.
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 And coaches will probably just come.
Yeah. There you go. Just create another business model for them.
Which is how we got into coaching trainers.
Yeah.
We overcomplicated everything we did and it just attracted PTs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in terms of how specifically, PDF is your first port of call. You can make an unlisted playlist on YouTube, and you can just paste the link into the PDF that you made on Canva that looks great, that you can send out to every client. You could even put it in your document, like resources link here. So then they can flick out to the PDF and go through to the links. So that's really easy. Creating the unlisted YouTube videos is super, super simple. I know you're all uncomfortable about talking on camera. You get over it. Like,
It's just practice.
Yeah. Like, we sucked too. I still, like, first opening up the camera for the first time in a couple of weeks, it's like, how do I talk?
I make so many mistakes.
Yeah, you get better at it. So that's a really easy way to do that. Then the next step from there is something like a Teachable or something like that. I think that's probably the best we found price point wise. That to do that. So that's an option. There's other ones out there that are more 100%. Designed to like deliver a course. So they tend to be a little bit more expensive, but they have other features.
Yeah.
We use Mighty Networks because we only have 3 courses.
Yeah. Sure.
But at one point we had fucking 8.
Yeah.
So because we overcomplicated things, and now we've shrunk it all down to
Peel it all back
and communicate what we need to.
That's right.
So yeah, we've got Mighty Networks because we can have all our coaching groups and communication and stuff in there. Because we have a team, we can communicate in the chat inside that as well. Sorry for messaging Tam at 9 p.m. last night. I was excited. So yeah, there are other options, but I think for a beginner, like entry level, Teachable is probably a good place to start.
Yeah.
For a team, it didn't work very well.
Yeah, I think it's better now, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, when you leave, it gets better.
Of course. Yeah. So the trick to all of this, right? So you've got a session that is a check-in in and of itself. They've got a program. They've got a data tracker. So you've got this like semi-autonomous thing happening. Your goal is just to make sure that they move really well and that they train hard enough during the session. All the other stuff's kind of been moved. And then you can have discussions about their nutrition, their sleep, their lifestyle, their whatever else during the session to make sure you're on point with that. Then you've gone and created a resource that instead of trying to get sleep in and telling someone like, these are 5 steps to improve your sleep, like overhead lights and blah, 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 blah. It's like, hey, I'll send you a resource. So you've got it at home and you can read it because you're going to forget me telling you anyway.
Yeah.
So you can provide all these resources, whether it's in the course or whatever. The next step from there, and we spoke about like leads at the start. 1, these people are going to start talking about you because most people have experienced personal training at some point. So they've come to you and they're like, holy fuck, I've never got all of this before.
Yeah.
Even our consults, people are like, oh, Jesus, I've never even, hadn't even thought of that to be a thing.
Yeah.
And that makes total sense now.
Yeah.
Just because of what we have included in our service. So when they actually log in and they go through the course, they're like, fuck, okay, this is next level. This is really good.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, I probably have 1 in 50 that just go, nah, too much. I'm out.
Yeah.
And that's just like, I had one guy that was like, oh, I don't want to enter my weights and reps every time I train. I'm like, well,
this isn't going to work.
Let's just finish up, Dad. Because like that's
it's like the one thing that's probably not negotiable. Progressive overload.
Yeah, if that's too challenging, everything else is going to be useless to you, and you may as well.
And you guys are just going to be left frustrated.
Yeah, you may as well just pay someone at the gym to watch you train. Like, this is what you're paying.
That's what
me,
your expectation is, and I'm not going to.
Yeah, what you're paying me would be better spent on that for the value.
Yeah,
that you want.
Something that I just found out. People do the Cert 3 and 4 just to learn for themselves.
Yeah, we had people do it in our course. Well, I did.
I guess I never really had anyone. I mean, I had a lot of people do it and then not move into the fitness industry. But I was like, I don't know if that's...
I feel bad for them that it's sold that way.
I don't know if that's the best use of your time and income if you weren't going to do it as a job.
Yeah, I agree. Especially now, it's like $5,000.
I won't step on anyone's toes because obviously, I'm a facilitator now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't sell it to someone. Someone came to me like, oh, I just want to learn more about training.
I was like,
it's like, don't.
Not as a way of trying to sell ourselves, but it's like if you invested $5,500 into a good coach, you would learn
a lot. Yeah.
You would get coached yourself.
Yeah.
And you would learn.
For a really long time.
Yeah, for a really long time. And you would, learn
way more.
So much.
Yeah. And all personalized to you.
Probably going to get fired now for saying that. It's all right.
So, we've accumulated all these resources. We've got everything in place. we want leads coming to us. We've established ourselves as the person in the gym. You're the top dog is the goal. You're going to start getting referrals. People are going to start seeing what you do. All these people are training. They've trained really well. They move really well because of the resources and the environment that you've created. People notice that shit and you start having people come up to you. Hey, do you have any spots available? Now, people want social media. That's like always the question's like, yeah, but what do I post on social media? How do I get online clients? Well, you take all of these things and then you make short, digestible, entertaining, to the point content about them.
Yep.
And when you do that, you know that it solves a problem for the client because you have the client that you solve the problem for.
Yeah.
And then you can talk about it on the internet.
Yeah.
So when you write a resource, you can also write a blog. When you write the blog, you can do a YouTube video. When you do the YouTube video, you can do 5 reels about the same YouTube video and send people there.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, fuck. Who else in your gym has that? No one.
Yeah. Not many.
So putting those pieces together allows you then to attract people from everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, like looking back on, so pretty much what happened with my business was I was in a gym with old people and I was getting good results, but I was like, my services are redundant here. This 45-year-old woman doesn't need to 3RM. I'm just doing it because I like it. They're having fun, but they probably don't need to.
Yeah.
Moved to a gym with young people and just started talking about what I was doing with my clients. Started like posting their training, but also putting in why.
Yeah.
So I think in the strength realm, and I said on the podcast a while ago, like I didn't have anything to show from that lockdown period because like the before and after thing it's important in what I do, but it's not the thing. A lot of people that come to me already look pretty good and just want to look a little bit better, but they want to perform really much better and be stronger and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the side by side, like they lifted 110, now they lift 150. It's like, it's cool. But I think what the shift I've made with my content lately that I've been getting heaps of good feedback on is posting it. So I had a client come in yesterday, posted her lifts, but then explained why we were doing it, what's going on with her programming and what we're aiming for and what the future holds for us.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, this is sick. It's just like they can actually see what's happening. Doing that in the gym, I all of a sudden I reckon I had 6 clients who were traveling at least 15, 20 Ks.
Yeah.
To come to the Good Life Club to train with me. So people are like, oh, like my gym doesn't have that clientele. It's like, be the guy and they'll come.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or the
100%. Yeah, they'll come.
Yeah.
They'll travel if it's good.
Yeah. And that literally came from this. Just not consciously. I was just doing it because I was like, fuck, this is sick. This is what I'm doing. And then, all of a sudden it's like, hey, can you do casuals? Can you come once a month? All that kind of stuff started to roll in. That's good.
Much good.
Many good.
Extremely good.
Anything else to add?
No, I think if you get all those things, like if the listeners now are starting to work out what they do and don't have as part of their service, they've got a little bit of a framework now to draw their attention to so they can remove themselves or like just be in a position where they're not. Just their service is the time spent with the person.
Yeah.
So then you can do what we talked about last week.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this right now and you're like, cool, I need to go away and make the resources. Another plug, go to the website, STCfitLearning.com, go to resources and go to 3 steps to niching my business.
Yep.
Now, it doesn't sound like it's connected. How well you know your client will determine how good your resources are.
Yeah.
So that is literally a like drag and drop out of our course, out of the Standout PT program that we call getting to know your business.
Yeah.
So you identify what the big overarching problem of the people you work with is, what are the main 3 issues that you need to solve, how you do that, and then what the outcomes are. Just knowing that will change what you do and how you do things. But also as part of that, we get you guys to create a list of pain points. So write down as many things that your clients think about every single day that they come to you with.
Yeah.
And you will have stuff that's things that you notice, like ankle blockages and fucking hip pain and blah, blah, blah. But also you start to tap into what do they think about when they wake up every day? What do they think about when they get dressed to go out on a Friday night? What do they think about when they go to a restaurant and they don't know how to track? Or all of these questions that you've got along the way are problems that you need to solve. We recommend getting to 100. Then what I would do is go down and go, do I have something that solves every one of these problems? And if you do that, booked out very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Easy.
So yeah, head to the website, guys, www.stcfitlearning.com, at stcfit_learning on Instagram. Make sure you give us a follow there as well, because Tam is killing the Reels game at the moment. Blowing
Content's
it up.
Good.
Yeah, that's all.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning into the episode. Don't forget to like it if you liked it, and subscribe if you loved it, and share it with somebody who you think needs to hear it. Don't forget also to head to the website for all our free resources, products, services, and merch. All right, see you next time.